A very good morning and welcome to Nigeria Now on your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television, the program which brings you newspaper analysis across the various newspapers and national dailies here in Nigeria. My name is Sagir Ibrahim, and with me in the studio, as always, is Mr. Adebayo Fajimi, the sub-editor here at TOS Television, who will be providing this analysis as well as interpretations of the headlines. Good morning, Mr. Adebayo.
Good morning, Mr. Sagir.
Good to see you again.
It's a pleasure.
So let's dive straight into it. We have the Nigerian News Direct newspaper here, and from the very top, we could see gunmen abduct Ogun youth leader, demand 30 million naira ransom. Zero emissions, FG warns against limiting gas development projects. Tinubu reunites with associates as Sanwo-Olu hosts APC leader. For the banner headline there, we can see 33 trillion naira peak level, 65% LDR drives banks credit to private sector. So two headlines caught my attention here. The first is, of course, gunmen abduct Ogun youth leader, demands 30 million ransom. What's your reaction?
Oh, well, it's still telling us the problem, the kind of situation we are facing as a people, and also it's still telling our government that much still needs to be done in area of insecurity to ensure that people are going, are living their normal life, without any fear of abduction, kidnapping, and all of that. So, and like we have always said, that despite the effort of the government to ensure that this kidnapping and adoption, come to an end, that beyond the issue of taking the battle to them and cast them out, from their places, there is much need for them to address this issue because we are faced with new ideology, and you cannot use gun alone to contain or rather to reduce to the barest minimum new ideology. You need new ideas. We need to churn out new ideas to ensure that while we are using the gun, we also tackle this issue with a great idea to ensure that because the problem we refuse to solve yesterday is what is manifesting today, to ensure that this does not repeat itself and everybody lives good.
Okay, so looking at the nature of insecurity here in the north, we know that, of course, at the extreme, we have the Boko Haram and ISWAP fighters, and then we have bandits and we have kidnappers, right? And then at some point, we have pockets of separatists here and there. But in the southwest, we just have, agitators, Yoruba Nation agitators, who the government have been brandishing as separatists. So the question I want to ask is, where do we now categorize those who have been perpetrating abduction in the southwest? Because of course they are not bandits. It is the bandits here in the north who were branded as bandits as well as kidnappers who have been kidnapping for ransom and the rest. But in the south, we don't see these kidnappers, at least carrying out a coordinated operation in different locations as we see, it happening up north. So what would you categorize them as?
Of course, criminals is criminal. What is good, and what is no, and what is bad is bad.
Sorry to interrupt you. The reason I'm asking this is because, over time we have realized and we've noticed that the nature of crimes that has been committed in the north and insecurity issues has been more or less coordinated.
Okay.
But I don't think we are seeing that, except the Yoruba Nation agitation, which the government, of course, is calling a criminal offense and treason and the likes of that. But in the south, we are not seeing that coordination. However, it doesn't change the fact that for some months now, we've been seeing pockets of these kidnappings going on in different states in the southwest, be it in Ogun State, in Lagos State, in Oyo State, and the likes of that. So should we start to suspect that this same coordination we have been seeing up north should be expected down south?
It has been happening there, because most of these people perpetrating these evil acts, the people who are doing this thing, they are not doing it single-handedly. It's a coordinated, most of the reports I've gotten there, shows that, group of people come together, they rape, they kidnap people for ransom, they even kill. So what we are saying, or what we have seen so far in the northern part, is a replicate of what we are seeing in the south, in the southwest. So
Right.
it is no different. There's no different. The issue is just that the speed or the level at which it's happening in the northern part is higher, much more higher than what
Yeah.
is happening in the
In the
southwest.
south.
So there is no much different there. So because we have seen them over and over kidnapping and or invading people's home and doing all sort of perpetrating all sorts of crime.
Okay, so the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, returned to Nigeria over the weekend, and we can see on the front page of the Nigerian News Direct newspaper him sitting with some, leaders, including the governor of Lagos State, and he was hosted by Governor Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos. So, over the course of 2 months, we've seen the media traction that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has gained, and a little bit of controversy around that because he's been out of the country for months. Nigerians have accused him of not patronizing Nigerian hospitals here. I mean, in the neck of a gnat strike, he was traveling out of the country to treat himself. So I just wanted to give a little reaction and then let's move forward.
Well, it's good to see Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu back in the country. And the question that Nigerians are raising, is no doubt, it shows, the condition of Nigerian society that these are leaders who are clamoring and who are saying, okay, there is much that we can do, that we have much to offer the nation and all of that. And when the doctors go on strike, and unfortunately we discovered that one of the most respected political leaders jet out of the country to treat himself, especially we heard that he went to the UK to do knee surgery. So if you have a good health sector in Nigeria, why
That shouldn't have been necessary.
So it's something that can be done in Nigeria. So that tells us that
So
there's still a long way for us to go, as
All
a
right,
people.
let's stop there. So moving forward to the Business Day newspaper, we see the banner headline there, big story, Buhari's insatiable appetite for debt. Now, the reason why I read this out is because I just wanted your reaction on it.
Of course, it is insatiable because if you look at what was presented last week, and the revenues and the deficit and the amount of money that the presidency said they are still going to borrow to, it's just so. It is questionable. It is questionable, and Nigerians are not satisfied with it. So there is a lot of work to do, and everybody is scared now that what becomes of our fate after this administration.
All right, so let's go to the Daily Trust newspaper. We'll see on the banner headline, Benue Borno IDPs sacked by insecurity, fleeced by aid workers. How sharp practices worsen matters. Female IDPs survive through prostitution in Borno. Officials deny neglect charge. We've built 10,000 houses for them, and as well we could see a picture of some IDPs residing at the Benue camp. So just a quick one, Mr. Adebayo. It's been over 10 years since the Boko Haram insurgency started, which has, made a lot of Nigerians up north flee their homes to occupy various IDP camps across the countries. But unfortunately, I've interacted with some of them, and one thing that they've said is it has been extremely difficult for them to even return back to their homes, and even those who do sometimes end up even running away again because the issues there have not really been settled. And now this is them coming out of their homes to IDP camps and they are facing these challenges. So what hope do they have?
We need to appeal to government because what these people are subjected to in this camp is horrible. It is pathetic. It's something, you see young people being raped, being molested, even by security agencies. So I think government needs to really do much more in that aspect, and security agencies should ensure that all the personnel, in these camps, should be held to the task and ensure that whoever is being caught, molesting these people, face the music and ensure that, nobody goes without, nobody goes without facing the law if you are caught, because it is so bad if people do not have hope returning to their homes, and even where they think they are a little bit safe, they are still being molested. So it is so bad. It is so bad. So government needs to do much and ensure that these people are given the needed hope so that they can enjoy their normal life.
So an interesting headline on the Blueprint newspaper. The banner headline, as a matter of fact, Doctor on PDP 2023. For equity, North must have PDP presidential ticket. Says candidate holds ace to nation's unity. Convention party begins sale of nomination EOL forms today. What do you have to say about that? I mean, we are seeing. All right. And then moving around that, we also see when First Bank sets the pace for thoughts on open banking. Ganduje approved 1.2 billion naira for Warawa Ungongo Dual Carriageway. And gunmen attack Adamawa police station, kidnap nursing mother. And there are a couple of other headlines on the Blueprint newspaper. You could simply grab a copy of the Blueprint newspaper as well as other newspapers which were analyzed on Nigeria Now today to keep updated. That being said, that's the much we can take on Nigeria Now this morning. Remember, you could be a part of the conversation by connecting with us on our various social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at USTV Network. You could also watch Nigeria Now and read some of our content via our website at www.tostvnetwork.com, as well as watch a recap of Nigeria Now and other programs by TOS TV on our YouTube page at TOS TV Network. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My name is Sagir Ibrahim, and I'll see you tomorrow.